Anno's Voldigoad. Anno's Voldigoad is basically the most ridiculously overpowered demon you'll ever hear about. He was literally known as the Demon King of Tyranny during the mythical age. He was born from his mother's corpse after humans killed her while she was pregnant. This brutal beginning shaped him into someone with unmatched destructive power. He ruled over Dilhade when it was Chaos Central, with the four evil kings, Sorcerer King Pomirus, and other demons constantly fighting each other. He built his empire by welcoming anyone who wanted to join him while absolutely crushing those who opposed him. The more people he protected, the more ruthless he became towards his enemies, earning his terrifying reputation throughout the entire realm. During the Great War between humans, spirits, gods, and demons, he kept clashing with this hero named Canon. These two developed this weird mutual respect thing despite being enemies, constantly testing each other's limits on the battlefield. Eventually, he got completely sick of all the fighting and came up with this wild plan to create walls between the four races, hoping they'd chill out after 1,000 years or so. He made this deal with Canon, Great Spirit Reno, and the Goddess of Creation Militia, then sacrificed himself to provide the magic needed for this massive undertaking. Fast forward 2,000 years, and he reincarnates into the magical age, only to find that his descendants have gotten soft from all the peace and magic has seriously declined. He enrolls in the Demon King Academy, which is supposed to identify and train the reincarnated Demon King, but these idiots completely fail to recognize his power and label him as a misfit. Pretty ironic considering he's literally the original Demon King they're all looking for. His power comes from being a Voldigoad, which means that his blood is basically the essence of destruction itself. The Voldigoad bloodline has such intense destructive power that they can barely have children. His mother's death during his birth actually contributed to his insane destructive abilities. His magic power is so ridiculous that measurement crystals literally shatter when trying to gauge it. During his fight with Ivor's Necron, who was fused with the Keeper of Time and had his power increased tenfold, he completely dominated while his own magic was reduced to less than a third, and he was simultaneously protecting other people. Later, it was revealed that everything he had been doing up to that point was with less than a tenth of his actual power because he wasn't even used to his new body yet. When he fought Graham, we learned that he actively holds back his power by suppressing and offsetting it with itself, controlling just the tiny remaining amount so he doesn't accidentally destroy the world. His magical arsenal is just as insane as everything else about him. He's got the magic eyes of destruction that literally destroys everything he looks at, though they're actually the ultimate form of anti-magic, and the destruction is just a side effect of their true power. Then there's Revive, this origin spell that lets him mess with time itself. He can reverse objects and spells back to their starting point, freeze them in time, or even send them into the future, though he needs to know their history to pull off the reversal trick. One of his nastiest of attacks is Geo Graze, which is supposedly the highest grade fire magic in the demon magic system. This thing creates a miniature jet black sun that he can fire at enemies. Normally, the spell requires multiple magic users to work together with a Hellfire motor, but he can just cast it solo without even needing the motor, and that's just scratching the surface of his magical abilities. His physical abilities are completely absurd too. He once lifted an entire castle with one hand and spun it around his finger like it was a toy. He moved the actual moon with his bare hands to create a solar eclipse and held up a collapsing sky dome with raw strength alone. Speed-wise, he casually outpaced a holy knight who literally turned into light and achieved light speed. Intellectually, he's just as broken. He memorized and learned a complicated magic formula in 1 second that took someone else a month to master. He can decipher hundreds of thousands of magic characters instantly and read nearly 1,800 books in moments while perfectly memorizing everything. Despite being a demon, he can use holy magic because he understands it's just on a different wavelength. When he creates objects with magic, he doesn't just make the object, he creates the actual atoms that compose it. He wields Vina's Donua, the abolisher of reason, which can destroy literally anything that exists, including the fundamental order of the world itself. He also has access to other weapons like the adamantine sword and the selection page jewel that lets him summon gods. Even with the legendary holy sword Evan's mana specifically forged to destroy him, he remains virtually unstoppable. His Demon King's blood is so corrosive that it even affects divine powers, and if enough accumulates, it could slowly destroy the entire world. Kageyama Shigeo.